If you're like me, you've got a place in your life where you need to do some pruning, and it is a perfect time of year. As we review this week's book, I've got a great one for you. It's Necessary Endings by Dr. Henry Cloud. I think he's a doctor of psychology, but he ought to be a doctor of thought leadership, because this is a fantastic book written back in 2010. And in this book, I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. This might be one of the most important books. I would put it in my top 3 that I've read over the last 12 years. read it the first year it came out. His subtitle, The Employees, Businesses, and Relationships That All of Us Have to Give Up in Order to Move Forward. Just great book as you think about what needs to end in your life right now. Here's our problem, and Henry talks about it in chapter, I think it's, I don't know, maybe the 3rd chapter here, but he says, he's got this little list, and he uses the idea of a rose bush. This time of year, perfect to think about this. He says the rose bush has more nutrients, really, or more buds than the nutrients are able to handle. Here's what I'll read it for you, just a little section. He says, one reason pruning is needed is the fact that the bush produces more buds than it can bring to full maturity. Any bush that is alive and thriving is producing more and more buds every cycle. And any person or business that's thriving is doing the same thing. Your life is producing more than you're able to keep up with. And he even gives some examples. He says we have more relationships than we can nurture. We have more activities that we can keep up with at any significant level. We have more clients than we can service, all in the same way. We have more mentors who once fit our lives perfectly, but their time has passed. We have more partners whose time has passed. We have more product lines than we can focus on, more strategies than we can execute, and more stuff, here we go, than you have room for and that you can store. If that's you, you've got any place in your life where your life has just kind of become cluttered. Things are budding real fast and you don't have enough capacity to keep up with it. This book, one of the most important books you'll ever read, Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud. I hope you'll get a copy. I'm actually going to focus on one little section in here tomorrow on our Win at Life podcast. We talk about chasing greatness all the time, and tomorrow's episode's on winning at life, and I've got some questions here that I think will help you as you think about it. I'll use those to help us in our conversation tomorrow. It's time for you to prune some areas of your life. If you don't say no, you won't be able to say yes to some better stuff moving forward. So pick up a copy of Necessary Endings. I believe it'll help you.